What's up? What's the word?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to HipPop News, our live news broadcast here at What's the Word TV. Many of you may know I'm Cindy, director and supervising editor here at What's the Word Content Development. Got some more awesome team members on with me, Cody Mack, Corley J. How y'all feeling?
What it do? We live, baby.
Live, baby. Boss man, how you feeling today?
I'm amazing. How y'all feeling today?
We are great. We great. Corley, ready to jump in this? Tell the people what's going on in the world.
Yes. So we're starting off with what's popping.
What's popping?
Just talking about what's popping in the world, what's trending, what everybody's talking about, conversation starters. And first of all, I want to say rest in peace to Greg Leak's husband. He leaks at 66 today because of colon cancer. Rest in peace to him, and prayers out to his family and loved ones. That's really tough. I didn't know that he was dealing with that. However, I don't watch the show, so I'm not sure if fans of the show know about this or knew prior to this that was going on. But that's really sad. You know who he reminds me of? Forrest Whitaker. They kind of favor.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think he looks like him.
I guess I could see it without the glasses.
Yeah.
Okay, I give you that. Cody, you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta?
No, I'm thinking about dude with the one eye. That's Forrest Whitaker, right?
Yes, that's Forrest.
Yeah.
Oh, politically correct. Let's go. What else is popping in the world, Corley?
So, and kind of good news, Hurricane Ida was downgraded to a tropical storm with only 2 confirmed deaths. They did experience a lot of water. So it was like a lot of power outages out in Louisiana. So, prayers to them. But according to NOLA.com, there were only 2 confirmed deaths as of now. And that was 2 days ago. We got that news. So
thank God for that. I saw people going crazy on Twitter. It was a lot of people live tweeting their exact address, trying to get help sent to them because the water was rising so high. So it definitely kind of had us all in a panic and an uproar. But I'm so thankful to hear that it got downgraded and the casualties are not as bad as we were anticipating.
Exactly, because a lot of people were comparing it to Katrina, and that was the super scary, that happened 16 years ago, and I can't believe it's been that long, because when you think about that, it just feel like it happened like yesterday, honestly, just thinking about that devastation.
Katrina,
yeah, it seemed like it just happened. They're still recovering from that, so the fact that they've been hit with this, but luckily it wasn't as bad. So prayers out to them as well.
Thank God for that.
Yeah. So
and we're gonna bring in, because I think I know we're about to jump into. We're gonna bring in Big C.
Yeah.
Another awesome What's the Word member here joining us for What's Poppin'. Hey girl, hey.
What's poppin'? Hey, how are you guys doing today?
Well, how are you?
I'm okay.
What's going on, Chelsea?
What's poppin'? Well, of course, Donda got released. Whether or not it was Kanye or not, we don't know. We just know it got released, okay? And Soulja Boy was definitely pressed amongst other people that he was left off. But he took it to a whole nother level, okay? He went to trolling on Twitter, Instagram, on the Shade Room, under everything that they posted. It was he just went crazy.
You know how Soulja Boy is. He always doing the most, first of all. And
because he the first rapper to do everything. Right, so I'm the first. Don't disrespect me and leave my verse off.
So then
did you get a chance to hear? Did you get a chance to hear his verse?
Yeah, I was about to say he felt comfortable enough to give us his verse that was supposed to be on the album. But honestly, he was okay with leaving it off.
Yeah. I know Cody has some strong feelings about that.
What about leaving his verse off, or just the verse itself?
The verse itself.
I feel like the verse did not fit the vibes. The vibes of the album was more so personal, religious, being vulnerable and transparent. The snippet that Soulja Boy released was more so talking about fast cars, money, having sexual intercourse with multiple women. It didn't really fit the vibe where Kanye was going, so I could see why he left it off.
So maybe those are the things that make Soulja feel vulnerable, though. Women might make him feel like that's him talking about his feelings.
we're not talking about it's. I get that part, but it doesn't just fit the vibe when he's talking about I got Dracos and shooting people on the gospel album. Nah.
Yeah, that's why I was saying like he was definitely cool with leaving that verse off. It was.
What about Chris Brown though? What about Chris Brown? I wonder why he didn't release his verse because he complained about being left off as well.
Yeah, a lot of people complain about being left off, but only a few artists really put their verse out there. I'm not too sure if Chris Brown put his out there, but yeah.
I only seen one thing from Chris Brown. He put in his Instagram story. He called
Kanye hoe.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard Soulja challenged Kanye to a boxing match. He told him meet him in the ring. That's the latest on his rant.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The real thing about Donna who was left off, it's a few things I want to address about being left off. For one, the industry keep doing cowboy bogus. Like Cowboy keep getting left off these people's albums and they keep bringing them to the sessions. It's something that doesn't need to be said and to be talked about. Like what's going on with him? They keep doing that to him. Secondly, I would have loved to hear Chris Brown in jail. I don't think that was the song he was on, but guess who's going to jail tonight with Chris Brown vocals? But probably would have hit.
Oh my God, that would have slapped, bro. Okay, and then the fact that Chance was not on there.
I was expecting Chance to definitely be on Donda.
Same. I was expecting him to be at to show face at the Donda experience. I'm willing to bet money he was there. I'm sure, supporting. But I thought he would have been one of the people kicking it on the porch with Ye. It's like, it's Chicago. I'm sure Chance has kicked it on the porch before. Like that's such a Chicago thing. So to not see him up there, that was very shocking for me.
My last thing I want to say
running around the house.
Oh man, I will hope don't do your homeboy like that. You asked me, Kanye bogus for making them people do that, but I'm gonna shut my mouth because I know for a lot of people it was a joyous moment. They get to put down their resume.
Exactly.
You know how hot it was, and they was in all black.
They knew what they were signing up for. But
because if I see that on the thing, I don't know. Listen, some experiences just ain't worth it. Somebody could have passed out. I know somebody threw up. I know they did. Like, did you give these people water? Don't get me started.
Okay, we gotta move on because I gotta talk about Certified Lover Boy. We gotta talk about
Certified Lover Boy.
Yes. So did y'all see the cover art for Certified Lover Boy?
If you didn't, you're saying it now.
Because that's exactly how I looked when that came up. I was like, because I was just confused. But I'm pretty sure it's a definite reason why that's the cover art.
What's the name? Broke it down. Ebro broke it down. Did y'all see?
No, tell us about it.
Okay, so he said that the reason for the album cover is because Drake is releasing the album 9 months after its initial release date, after its expected release date, and it's on Labor Day weekend. Therefore, there's pregnant emojis on the cover.
So basically,
that feels like a stretch to me.
Yeah, that's a huge stretch.
They reach it.
Cody, help us understand from a male perspective. Like this is how y'all come up with creative stuff.
I don't think it has something. I don't think it has anything to do with a male's perspective. I think it's just more so just getting the people talking.
Well, it definitely did.
So you think it was good marketing?
Yeah, it just get the people talking. It's just something to throw out there because Donda was we're coming from Donda, the experience that's like extra like serious. Like everything about Donda was serious, very creativity, very religious. Like it was very serious and very focused. And it's just like Drake to just throw something out there and like, yo, I'm not even gonna do all this extra stuff on my album. I'm gonna just I'm about to get people talking the exact same way how you got the internet talking.
Exactly. Jake wanted to be part of the conversation. Okay. I don't know if I just want to touch on Kendrick Lamar's verse.
Let's do it.
Yes, because he wanted to get people talking as well with his verse on his cousin's song track "Family Ties" by Baby Keem. Mm-hmm. And I personally wasn't a fan of Kendrick Lamar's verse, and I know they're probably gonna give me kind of talked about, but I think that it started off like really dope, but then later in the verse it just went like, I don't know, off the rails, and I was like, what is this? I can't take it no more. No, stop.
Before anybody tries to come for Corley, just peep her background. She's a Kendrick fan, so she can say this. Like, she loves Kendrick, so no, don't come for my girl. Cody, you like you ready to come for my girl?
Right. What he got to say?
I'm gonna leave Coily J alone. I'm gonna leave Coily J alone, but only because I do get where she's coming from. And as y'all can see from my background, I don't have Kendrick Lamar in my background, so I'm not biased on that. But I can understand where she's coming from.
Yeah.
Better though. Well, Big C, thanks for joining. What's poppin', girl? We'll catch you later in the live. Moving on to politics.
Definitely.
Courtney, what's going on in the world?
Definitely. So we probably have heard, unless you're sleeping under a rock, the grand jury indicted police and paramedics in the 2019 death of Elijah McClain. Back in 2019, Elijah was put in a chokehold after leaving a convenience store. 3 police officers, 2 who are current police officers and 1 former, and also 2 paramedics have been charged with 32 counts, including 1 count of manslaughter, negligent homicide, and other charges, according to NBC News.
Wow.
And the Aurora, Colorado Police Department maintained that the officers did nothing wrong and that McClain's death was related to a resisting arrest and a pre-existing heart condition, even though they were found guilty.
It's sad, and it's crazy to think that this happened 2 years ago and an indictment is just now coming. It just shows you like something we talk about. I feel like even in our everyday lives, like
right.
The justice system is not set up to favor us at all in any way possible, and it's sad. Like, don't get me wrong, I've seen the trolls when like, you know, people be like, oh, free my guys, and then someone be like, but your guys did murder. But like, so many of them didn't even do nothing close to murder, didn't do anything. And
yeah,
we could go on a whole rant about how most people, honestly, there's people I know that make an argument that no one deserves jail. So to think about how easily they throw Black and brown people in there, but cops that you see literally committing crimes with evidence, it takes 2 years to get them indicted. It's sick.
And it's just facts. It's like, you should not be bigger than the law. I don't care if this is your job. You know what you signed up for. Nobody's bigger than that, you know? And the fact that you have people, like innocent people, just dying for no reason. And it's like, and some people, and we're lucky to even get justice on this, you know, because most of them walk free.
And it's like, is it justice? Has the day even officially, you know, coming? Like, yes, it's a step toward justice. They've been indicted, but nobody's been convicted. Like, this is the first step in a long process.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And then just moving more locally, a cop assaulted a Black woman. Nikita Brown was assaulted this weekend at 12 a.m. on Saturday while walking her dog in Lincoln Park. So according to Black Club Chicago, the park was closed. Oh, here's the video right here. So the park was closed, and apparently the officer was telling her to leave. And she tried to leave. He then chased her, basically just following her, and assaulted her. And Nikita also said that there were like groups of white people in the park as well, but for some reason he decided to attack her, approach her. So yeah, it's really difficult to watch.
It is, because as I'm watching now, I'm like, why are you up on me like this?
Yeah,
to see how he first even grabbed her, she was doing nothing toward him, so he had no reason to grab her or try to, you know, restrain her, hold her. Looking now, she doesn't even look like she's fighting or getting hostile. So it's like, why are you up on me like this?
And she had told him as he was approaching her that I don't feel comfortable with you. You don't have a mask on. And he told her, I don't need a mask on because we're outside.
Okay, but you're still less than 6 feet. It can travel back up.
You my personal space, so yes, you do.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like,
yeah, looking at that video is very disturbing. I do want to start off with a light note, to lighten the situation up, because a lot of stuff like that actually like gets me frustrated. So I want to say shout out to the dog, because the dog was definitely trying to defend his owner. Y'all seen that? The dog was definitely trying to get some licks in. But to get more serious, yeah, like Coily, I didn't know that it had any racial component to it. Like when we talked about this earlier, in pre-production, it was never mentioned that it was a racial component. Because my whole stance was that as a man, you shouldn't be manhandling a woman like that anyway. It's just like, it's the way, like, you could have just guided her out the park. And then the fact that it was other people in the park, and out of all those people, you came to her and do her like that, like, it's something wrong. And I think the cop should I don't want to say go so much as lose his job, but I do want to say he definitely needs to be put somewhere deep in the most uncomfortable position in the police force.
You just physically assaulted me for no good reason. Even if I am trespassing, I'm not posing a threat. I don't have no weapon. I'm not touching nobody else. Like, I understand I'm supposed to leave and follow rules. Cool. But it also looks like she's walking off the property anyway as you watch it. Like, she's not even on the stand. So, like, you absolutely deserve to lose your job. Like, without question, because you just violated so many basic principles and laws of yourself. Like,
see, the reason why I say you shouldn't lose your job, because if we go back into that video, the video with these videos and a lot of these things that it starts in action. Like, I would love to see and hear what transpired to get to that point. Don't get me wrong, you have no right to put your hands on anybody and use excessive force. But this is the clear thing is, like, we're all human, right? And this is not me taking his side, but this is adding another perspective to it, right? We're all human. We all have bad days. We all have things that you never know what a person is going to leading up to a certain point. So what you say might trigger something. Don't mean I'm a bad person, but you just called me on the wrong day.
So if he sits down and he explains that before he got to work for his shift that day, his wife told him, F him, I'm leaving you, I'm taking the kids, I don't give a damn about you. And then on the way to work, he caught a flat tire, but he made it and now he's here. But because he's frustrated from all of those things that have nothing to do with this woman,
and I think that
it should be acceptable that he put his hands on her.
Look, Cindy,
it cannot be acceptable. All I'm saying is that it shouldn't be acceptable, but it's just look at it from a different point of view.
No, because I feel like they're always looking at it's always looked at from that thing for police officers. Like when police officers,
Corley, sum this up for us, please. Help him understand.
I got a clear cut.
Let Corley get her point off though, because we cut her off. Let her finish.
Because it's always seen from that point when it comes to police officers. Like we're taught not to raise our voices to police officers, but when we're in our place of employment, we're expected to be respectful to the customers, no matter what they're saying to us, because this is our job. So I feel like the same level should be given to police officers. It doesn't matter if you had a bad day, because you're at work. You're expected to treat people with respect because you're on the clock and you shouldn't be doing people like that. Remain professional. That's all I'm saying. So we have to move on.
You're 100% right. Like I'm not defending him, right?
That's it, Cody.
So then moving on, because if you're not defending him, there's nothing else to talk about.
I'm adding another perspective to it, and we have those situations with it. Somebody got to make it a little spicy. Everybody can't agree with everything, so we got to add
what's going on in these political streets.
We got to keep going.
Wrap this segment up because Cody over here trying to play devil's advocate where it's not needed.
Nigga, clearly wrong. Anyway,
this is a family show.
I'm sorry, because Cody is taking
what else is going on?
Anyways, Illinois mask mandate returned this week. Obviously, with the spikes in the COVID coronavirus and the Delta variant. People aren't getting vaccinated basically, and this Delta variant is showing us that it's really aggressive. So JB Pritzker put in the mask mandate for indoor public spaces, and this includes fully vaccinated people. So even if you are vaccinated, you still have to wear a mask indoors in public. CPS staff and students are required to get at least the first shot back by September 5th. Is that Monday? I believe that's
Sunday.
Sunday. Okay, by Sunday. So yeah, you guys got to get on it. And yeah, just to slow the new cases and in response to Delta variant. And the vaccination is also mandated for all city workers.
So let's hear from someone who also has to be vaccinated by their job by Sunday. Reed Jones, what's the word, team member? Hey, girl.
Hey, y'all.
How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
All right. What's your thoughts and perspective on your job basically telling you have to be vaccinated by a certain time?
I feel like, honestly, it's not sitting well with me because I feel like during this whole pandemic, we went to work by choice. And I feel like if they're trying to make us hurry up and get it done, like, I feel like we should still have an option to, if we want to basically do it when we're ready to get it done. You know what I mean?
Do you see it at all? Like, they're trying to they're going off the science and just trying to protect you and other coworkers. Like, even with that in your mind and being aware of that, it's still just a thing about choice for you.
Yeah, because it's nothing against the vaccine. I just feel like some people just like basically I would rather do it at my time because that's when I feel most comfortable with it. Like, I get you're trying to protect other people and trying to protect ourselves against everything or whatever, but I still think you should let us do it at our own time.
Well, I can't say you're not alone in that thought. I've seen plenty of talk across social media platforms, just in real life, the things you hear going to the grocery store, like people are pissed about these masks and about these vaccines, let me tell you. So you're not alone for sure. Thank you so much for joining us and just giving that firsthand perspective.
No problem.
Girl. All right, so we're going to bring my girl Big C back in because we got ratchet news for y'all. So y'all know, as a platform, we do our best to be well-rounded, and we're growing every day. But it's also a part of our culture, whether you watch reality shows, if you're a Love and HipPop person, a Real Housewives person, whatever, like just in the music, seeing some of the stuff celebrities do, like it gets real ratchet. So we're gonna have a little fun tonight too, especially after such serious topics, and touch on a few things. The first, and reminder, this is a family show. So if you have your children watching, I want nothing sexually explicit is going to be shown, to be clear, but just some interesting sexual content might be talked about. So just giving a fair family warning to all of us watching. Y'all look nervous. Cody, you look nervous. Tighten up. You okay?
I just can't believe this, man. And I just for the fact, hold on, Trick Daddy, go say your spiel.
Let him do it.
Let him say a spiel.
Franchise up now. Now I'm getting the women to support the eating booty game. Wait. Come on. Wait. When you say women to support the eat booty game, you saying women is eating the booty? Yeah, women eating the booty. Wait. Yeah. I don't know what to make this. I get 8 I get 8 Listen, man. You don't have your legs in the air, though. It depends.
That's the part.
And you know what's so funny about that? So for those of you who don't know, Trick Daddy was recently on the Drink Champs podcast, and that clip went viral from it. It's not new news that Trick Daddy enjoys having his butt licked, but it is new that he went on this specific podcast, and brought it up again.
It's the confidence.
No comment.
Cody, what you shaking your head for?
It's the
You be having the legs up, huh? It's okay. This is a judgment-free zone.
It's a judgment-free zone. But the fact that a grown man said he wanted a girl to eat, what we saying in pre-production? He said eat them out. First of all, the term, you as a man, you should never use the term I'm about to get eat out, or I want a girl to eat me out. No. Second of all, how does that look that you're getting your legs put up? It's like she grabbing your ankles and no.
The same way y'all grab ankles and do it.
He don't care. He don't care. If he in that moment with his woman, he not thinking about being judged for his legs. Yeah, my girlfriend to do this for me, I'm gonna enjoy that.
Right. It's either put your legs up or you turn around with it. Which one you gonna do?
Neither. You're not doing it. Listen. Listen. I don't want no woman. Listen, I just don't see. I don't want no woman to be putting her lips anywhere towards my booty hole. Okay.
Well, I think Wayans Way would like to have a word because it's common knowledge. He and Gabrielle Union, I respect them as a couple genuinely. Like, I'm not even trolling because I like the fact that they come out and go against everything that the average stereotypical Black person has been taught is wrong. Like as Black people, you can't come up gay, you can't do this, and they are openly accepting. I believe Zaya is transgender. Forgive me if I'm identifying her incorrectly. But they're openly accepting and promoting the acceptance of that because it's time for all these stigmas and all of these traditions to change. Whether, I'm not saying everybody has to embrace all of them because you should still live life in a way that's best for you. But living it how it's best for you should not involve you judging or being mad about how somebody else is living if they're not harming anyone.
Right.
You know, so I think Dwayne Wade would like to have a word because he explicitly, I don't know if he said it or Gabby said it, but Gabby's a freak and she
even whatever.
I ain't saying I'm gonna do what sis did, but if they like it,
well, listen.
was out here like,
well, listen. I need a list of all the women that Trick Daddy and Dwayne Wade let lick their booty. Because those are boys. I will, like, if I smoke weed, I'm not smoking after you, and I'm not drinking it. Okay.
So you wouldn't take Gabrielle Union out on a date?
Gabby, no. Like,
if she wasn't married.
And secondly, PR told me in pre-production I cannot really speak on Dwayne Wade how I want to speak on Dwayne Wade. So I'm gonna say whatever.
Now you being funny. Okay, well let's get into other acts. Same forewarning applies here, guys. As
maybe
we wrap
this
up,
one better, Cody.
As we wrap up our ratchet news segment, I think everybody's been seeing if you're on social media, I'll say. So whether you're on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, at some point or another, you've seen the one arm on neck, one arm on frontal video.
One arm on neck, one arm on frontal. Your frontal off. Now 3 days later, you in front of his mom house crying. He asks you why you being weird.
That's how
why
they
you
do.
freaking weird to me? You see the one to get married. When I say that, when you had the leg up with your hair on my neck and the hair on the frontal, and you was telling me shit. I want to marry you. I want to change your life. I want you to get a life insurance policy on me. Because I'm in the streets real stupid. That's what I heard you say.
All right, y'all. So what's our thoughts here?
Why you being weird to me?
That's what I heard you say. Exactly I heard you tell me all these promises. I heard you tell me you buy me a house in the hills. I'm gonna have a new range out front. Like, what's up? I'm coming to collect on rent. That's dope.
You're gonna act weird. Let's not do that.
Yeah. You notice he didn't say he wanted her to eat her booty though. Remember that.
Not relevant here, sir.
Okay.
No, but I think that's it. So this went viral, obviously, because of the humorous aspect. Maybe most people found it funny. I found it hilarious, mainly because this mustache filter she had on. Like, girl, where did that even come from? It was so random. And it's a part of a full live if you don't follow the young lady. But check her out. She has a lot of other funny content. But I think this one went viral because, I mean, even as we talked about in pre-production, I think, Chelsea, you brought up the point that a lot of people can relate to it. Like, you make all these false promises, and when I come to cash in, you missing.
Acting weird. Can you explain why do men do that?
They love capping
during sex.
They cap a lot.
I mean, it's just words is just words. I think we talked about this. In pre-production. Most women can be stimulated by words. Like, you can make a woman wet. You can make her feel somewhere special.
PG-13, please.
It is wet. Is wet. I mean, you're right. You can make you can get a woman in the mood just based off your demeanor, based off your like saying how you coming at her, just based off your words. So this without you touching, this without any foreplay, anything like that. So imagine you having sexual intercourse and you doing your thing, then on top of that you bringing nice words and you doing things that she haven't experienced. I mean, that's just gonna make the experience better for you. Now, in the moment as a man, we thinking with our private area, so we're not even caring about what's gonna happen afterward. We just making sure this the best experience. So when we leave, we can, poke out our chest like we.
So y'all don't think about consequences, basically.
So literally, because what just crossed my mind. Like, that's literally how people end up on Snapped. You just told me out loud you don't care about what happens afterwards. You just thinking for the moment. So you telling me what sounds good. But then, like, if in my head I'm thinking, oh, I'm about to get out, and I come to cash in, and you treat me like a lame, like you don't know who I am, like, why asking me why I'm being weird? You're a grown man that laugh for no reason. You being weird. Who does that?
I mean, the game is the game. I mean, like, how many times have y'all heard like I want you to have my baby, or I love you, and said certain things that you have you
weird.
said
Like, have my baby, that's weird, just as weird as it is you promised me fake stuff that you're not gonna get.
Right, Cody, and you saying how many times you heard that doesn't make it right. Like,
because if I'll be honest, the only time I've ever heard I want you to have my baby is when I'm walking down the street and it's a random man that doesn't know me. For all he knows, I could have 6 kids at home already that I don't take care of. I probably don't brush my teeth, wash my butt. You telling me you want me to have your baby because you think I'm cute? That's a sickness.
Yeah,
like
they think what they stuff, Cindy. They think
exactly.
Well, baby, buy a new brain. Go see Dr. Miami and see if
I've been around the sun a few years now, and I done said some things that shouldn't have been said in one session.
Well, I'm happy for your growth.
right.
Thank you very much for helping us sort this out, girl.
That's a good
question. Jump into Black Hollywood. What's going on in the world and the box office with all of our Black creatives. So as most of you may know, this past weekend, Candyman came to theaters, and it is actually directed by a Black woman, Nia DaCosta, who actually made history. Nia DaCosta is the first woman Black movie director that had a opening weekend at the top. Candyman did over like 22 million in sales. So that's super dope. I'm super excited for Black creatives as someone who has an interest in, film and TV and just creating different digital content. That was super dope to see.
Y'all going to see Candyman?
Probably not. I'm personally not into horror movies, so I hope this doesn't sound bad. Actually, I might just to support a Black woman, but I don't really care for horror movies. Like I never really have. Yeah,
me either. I'm a scaredy cat. And yeah, I'm not watching that. I will not go to sleep for a whole month if I seen Candyman.
I did hear it wasn't that scary. It wasn't as scary as the original, but it was very well written.
So it's a good storyline.
That's what I heard. So, Cody, you said Candyman in the mirror in the bathroom?
Yeah, I just locked my goddaughter in the bathroom and said Candyman 5 times to her.
No, you didn't.
PR did not approve you saying that on T. Like, this is live. I can't edit this out. You cannot tell people you commit child abuse. I have to get a whole new job. What are you doing?
I mean, she tried to extort me for $1,000, so I had to get her back.
Lord.
Poor girl.
Well, moving on. Last week we saw a trailer for ATL 2 start circulating. So ATL, classic movie. Most of us, grew up on it, know every word. But I'm gonna play the trailer now, and then I want us to give feedback afterwards because let's just play the trailer. Actually, I'm just gonna play it. Here we go.
Georgia.
Bush.
The whole day. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on your mind. Georgia on your mind. We see the same sun rise and watch the same sun set. Our destiny is aligned. Our paths intertwined. The web that's woven so wickedly flexed that the weaver no longer even knows what it's
So, my honest first thought, low budget. I was so disappointed. Like, it looked like it was shot on the iPhone, but like an iPhone 7. Come on, I know they up to 12 by now. Like, what are we doing? And it really disappointed me. I saw a lot of feedback online where most people didn't really care anyway because everybody hates T.I. now. But everybody also still loves Lauren London and is supporting her through her grief of Nipsey Hussle and all that stuff. So it's like, all right, we want to support our girl. But the common thing, no matter who you hated or loved, was it was low budget. In their defense, I heard that it was shot approximately a decade ago. Like, they did that trailer a while ago, so it's not an up-to-date thing. But I feel like if you're finally going to release it and announce that the sequel is coming to Netflix, somebody has it somewhere in their budget to reshoot what seems to be a very simple concept of a trailer.
And then what about the other twin?
She was the one who announced that she will be in the sequel, but was not in the original shot of the trailer, which was filmed 10 years ago. She wasn't there because she had like another gig. So a lot of people they had the exact same question. Oh, what do they star in
Vita?
Star and Vita. So either Star or Vita wasn't in it. and she came out and cleared it up. But I don't know. Am I alone? Like, do y'all agree?
I just don't think
Am I
that
being mean?
we don't need another ATL. Honestly,
I don't think we need one either.
Really?
It's been so long.
You don't think Nunu and Rashad gonna have a little baby or something?
But I do think every actor in that need can use the bag though. So
I mean, yeah. So I'm supportive. I mean, I love ATL. ATL is a classic to me. Like a lot of people say that it isn't, but I think that it's a classic.
It's a classic.
Yes, I love that movie. But the fact I don't care. Like it's been so long. Like y'all filmed this a decade ago. Then why not drop it then? Like why are y'all dropping it now? I want to know the significance in dropping the trailer and the movie now. It gotta be some reason for that.
It probably is timing. It could be fitting. What about like we've seen the trend of rebooting or remaking a whole bunch of old movies or television shows that were perfectly fine where they were. You know, like people are bringing back. It's not Sister, but something with Tia Mowry in it that is like getting a reboot. Yeah, I know they're remaking that. Like it's so many things, and it's just like, but they were fine where they were. You know, so.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
they're rebooting.
I don't even really think that's. I don't think that's real. I think they. I feel like they already filmed that, and they like, yo, let's put this out, see the reaction we're gonna get, and then if we get a good reaction, we're gonna put somebody hand to make.
I agree. I could see it being a marketing tactic, but I also feel like even if it's just to test the waters, like you couldn't have got a better camera. Well, you know, maybe it's just me. And I don't know. Terrence Howard to play Rick James one day. What'd you say, Cody?
I said if it was shot 10 years ago, that's probably the best camera they had.
We'll leave it there. So, in a recent interview, Rick James's daughter came out and said that she would love to see Terrence Howard play her dad one day. There is a Rick James biopic coming to BET, and I believe it airs this Friday. So check if you are into BET or want to learn more about Rick James and his story. Definitely a classic musician. Before my time, but I still be listening to all the songs because my mom and my daddy play old music, so I like it. It makes me feel well rounded, you know. But yeah, what are y'all thoughts? Could you see Terrence Howard like knowing him as an actor, like say Maine? Like, could you see him as Rick James?
I'm Rick James, bitch, man.
I don't know, man.
You don't know, man.
If anything, I think Dave Chappelle should play Rick James.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Classic skits on the Chappelle show. True. Ooh, see, I don't know why I can't talk today, y'all. Classic skits on the Chappelle show as well. So I think he's already put in the work. You could just consider that his audition, and boom, there you go.
Yeah.
Good points.
She's super freaky.
I think with Hollywood, I think it's about time, to be honest with you. I think it's time to just give new actors a chance. Like rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, but I don't think it was a good idea for him to play like 4 people in biopic. Like he was James Brown, he was Jackie Robinson, he was Thurgood Marshall. Like let's rotate different people in these different roles. Let's get other people.
But with Chadwick, I don't think Chadwick's run was that long. So I think when he was getting these roles, like I would consider him fairly new. Like, yes, no, he wasn't born the day before he got the roles. Like, we knew who he was, but he was awesome for those roles. Like, I don't even truly think he really got to hit his prime before he got sick. So to say it wasn't fair to give him all those roles, like, do you know how many roles Denzel done had? Like, before he got to really fall back and other people got a chance.
See, the thing is like with that, is like, for one, we talking about like, I don't think Chadwick Boseman should got all the different roles because biopics, your thing is you want to make that person feel like that's the exact person. I can't look at you as Jackie Robinson and then think you're supposed to be James Brown. That's just that. But also with just Terrence Howard in the Rick James movie, I do feel like Terrence Howard played a lot of stuff. He did a lot of stuff. I think it's time to give us some new blood, some fresh blood.
That's the first time I agree with Cody. I definitely agree with you, Cody. Yeah, he needs to let some new talent shine.
Young blood come get super freaky.
Yeah.
I'll give y'all that. Well, you know, Cody.
Give Michael B. Jordan the role. I want to see him say more than one sentence in the movie.
Michael B. Jordan.
He definitely has said more than one sentence in a movie. Cut it out. We're going to move on to sports because I'd love to hear what Cody has to say about a lot of these different headlines and what's going on. So we're going to start with your boy Cam Newton getting cut from the New England Patriots. And I know Cody got some conspiracy theory. So please do share what's on your mind about Cam Newton.
So I'm turning to conspiracy brother right now, right? So word on the street is that the white man canceled Cam Newton because he didn't take the COVID vaccine. That's
really?
The word on the street. So our brother Cam was standing up against the white man in his plan to put this poison in our body, and he didn't want to take it. They took his job. That's my conspiracy brother take. But now, in all seriousness, Cam Newton, as everybody knows, was going against Mac Jones, the rookie quarterback from New England Patriots, starting for the starting spot for Week 1 in the NFL. Everybody give you a background history of what's going on with the league right now. If you have to miss a game due to some of your players having COVID-19, we have to reschedule a game. They won't reschedule it this year. You're just automatically forfeit that game. So a lot of teams are taking their precautionaries and like, yo, if you're not vaccinated, you're not going to cost us this W or this chance to make it to playoffs and not a chance to increase our revenue. Anybody know about the NFL? They about their bottom line. That's one sport that takes like the teams and the owners over how players feel. So when it came down to it, I believe Cam Newton just recently missed the practice. It hasn't really came out and spoken and said this is why they cut him, but the word is going around the sports world is that for one, the kid that he's going against is just as good as him to a certain extent, and two is like Cam, that COVID vaccine, they're not trying to risk it. So and Cam is not trying to be a backup. So the fact that Cam wasn't be a backup is like, yo, either he's vaccinated or a starter. He's not vaccinated.
Do you think if say it is about the vaccination, if he needs to get vaccinated, another NFL team will pick him up, or he'll try to go elsewhere or try to do something else? What do you think is in Cam's future?
I think Cam is done for the season. I don't see Cam. I think the NFL has moved on from Cam Newton. I think it's the same. It's a Colin Kaepernick situation.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah,
well, what do you think they moved on to? Andy Dalton and Justin Fields.
This one right here is another example of the white man trying to hold a brother back. You know what I'm saying? This is yeah. Well, this is just a clear example of the Andy Dalton and Justin Fields for the Chicago Bears, our hometown football team. It's just a clear example of just being patient and being humble waiting your turn. Because clearly Justin Fields is probably the best talent-wise and probably would give the Bears the best chance to win due to their offensive line deficiencies. But when the Bears signed Andy Dalton, they promised he'd be QB1.
Yeah, I was going to clarify that. So for the people watching, Fields it was so much hype around him because he's so dope. Like, people were excited, and now Dalton got signed, and the Bears tweet out, a picture of Andy and say QB1 when everybody was expecting for it to be Justin.
So can it change though?
So let me clarify that. Let me clarify that as well. Like, Andy Dalton was signed before the Bears traded up to get Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Okay.
So QB1 was already Andy Dalton, but then they traded away our whole future to get Justin Fields. So It's like if you trade away your future to get the kid, you might as well play the kid. But
right. If they don't like the way things are going when it comes to the game, say that Dalton isn't performing, can they make Fields quarterback one?
Yeah, so what's going to happen is Andy Dalton is going to be on a very short leash. This is a clear example of the front office just keeping their word as gentlemen. And like, yo, we signed you. We're going to give you a chance to see what you got, to give you a chance to audition for other teams. So after this year, you could probably get a job somewhere else. But if you're not doing what we need you to do, we're taking you out and putting the kid. So he's in a very short leash. So just you can see Andy Dalton playing 4 games by week 5. If he's not stellar or if we're losing, Justin Fields will be in there.
Period. He already need to be in there. Like, I can't.
Yeah,
I don't know who cares.
Sticking to Chicago sports, we have an initiative for the WNBA started right here in Chicago. Shout out Sabria Whitaker, founder of the Grow the Game campaign, which is a campaign to promote attendance and awareness around WNBA games. So next game up is this Sunday, September 5th, 2 p.m. Let me hide this banner so y'all can see all of the info. You can purchase discounted tickets online. It's at Wintrust Arena. Before the game, there will be a community service aspect. I believe it starts at noon, but you can follow Grow the Game on Instagram and Twitter for all the updates, all the most accurate information. There'll be another game September 17th as well. If you know anything about Sabria, and if you're on Twitter, like by now, you should have come across a tweet of hers. Like she stayed, like that girl is a marketing genius, if you ask me, and she knows exactly what to say to get people going and responding. And I love it. I've known Sabria since we were jit, so like it's super cool seeing her do something that I know she's genuinely passionate about. So not only for the sake of supporting women, supporting Black women, supporting women's sports, just for the sake of doing something that's coming from a good place. Definitely get in tune with Grow the Game. Buy your tickets. Show up for special surprises. Like, I'm not playing. She probably got something from Wilson or Spalding or somebody ready to just hand over to y'all. Like, she's working her butt off for this. So show up, show out, and get in tune with the campaign.
That was real dope.
Thank you so much, Cindy.
That was very well
I'm excited.
said.
So I'll be at the September 5th game. Well, I usually don't tell people my whereabouts. So if you see me, just wave, please. 6 feet. But yeah, I'm excited. And that brings us though, as excited as I am, I'm a little sad. Like, we doing so good tonight, y'all. Look at us. And we are getting to the biggest, I don't want to call it the event of the night, but we have a special guest tonight, y'all. Like we were interactive. If you're not following What's the Word on Instagram, go make sure you're doing it so that next time you don't miss an opportunity to join a live just like this one. Like, we're going to keep you all updated. You know, sometimes we do serious ones. We have town hall meetings. We have all types of stuff, but we want to continue to do the hip hop news series so that everybody's really aware and just kind of able to get to know what's going on in our world in an entertaining way. And our new segment, The Last Word, will always include a guest of some sort. So tonight, before I bring our guest on, I'm going to tell you what we're going to be talking about. If you saw the post on Instagram, you saw Kanye hanging out with the Sinners. Was he wrong for bringing the baby and Marilyn Manson on stage at the Donda Listening Experience in Chicago? So I'm going to bring in our guest, and I'm going to let Corley, so see you in a second, Cody, and Jay versus Jane. Hello, welcome.
How y'all doing?
Well, how are you? Thank you so
I'm
much for
good.
interacting with the post and following the page and speaking your mind. So I
For
want to
sure.
give you the opportunity to do that here a little bit more in detail. I'm gonna leave the room so you and Corley can have it. You know, tell us. I ain't like Marilyn Manson up there either, but I'm gonna leave.
Hey, what's up, girl?
What's going on? I'm loving the locks.
Thank you. I love yours as well.
Appreciate you.
So I want to get your take on Kanye bringing the Sinners on stage. I heard that you had a problem with Marilyn Manson, and I just want to hear what you got to say. And then I'm gonna combat you a little bit because I didn't have a problem. But go ahead.
It's a rumor, but this been going on for years that he's a molester or he rapes women and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. But then again, he's one of those rock star people that I was always scared to watch on TV because he was just so demonic to me when I was younger. But now that I'm older and I, seeing Kanye with him, it did kind of throw me off because I'm like, listening to your album, I understand the whole forgiving people when you want to love people and all that. And I understand he might wanted to give Buddy that opportunity for forgiveness and all that with the opportunity of him being on stage with him. But me personally, it wasn't a good move for me. I ain't like it.
So it was just like about his history and about the recent allegations against him and everything. So what about, you feel the same way about the baby? Like, how did you feel about his presence?
I mean, I want to put out there that I am, gay. And I do represent the gay community in a sense, but his didn't bother me too much because to me what the baby did or what he said, it was ignorant, but he just needed to be educated on what he was saying. You know what I mean? But when you physically harm someone, you know what I mean, it's a different story for me.
I feel you. I think that what Kanye is doing is that he's being really true to being Christ-like, right? He following the way of Christ, and he's been big on this since Jesus King or whatever. And he's basically saying that he's showing that he's not judgmental. He's showing that he doesn't put any sin above the other. Like, these guys are both outcasts to society right now, and he's gonna bring these two together because, like I said, no sin is bigger than the other. He also has this line. He didn't actually say it, but Sahai the Prince said it. I believe it was on Dark Fantasy, but don't quote me on that. But he said, "I know who Christ is, and he never hung with the saints. It makes
he always hung with the sinners."
Yeah,
Christ always hung with the sinners.
I feel like that's what Kanye's trying to do.
That's facts. That's facts. And I appreciate that because we do need that in the world. But I don't know about rapists. I don't know if they can be forgiven by a community because with me being around several people or certain people in the industry or hearing certain things about the industry, it do be a lot of, if you don't do this, you ain't gonna get to this place. If you don't do this for me, type stuff. If you get what I mean. But it's like, bro, been out for like 20 years. You know what I mean? And stuff just keep happening. It's like, you know what you're doing at this point, but you feel like you can't be touched because you got this stature and everybody know you got this money to protect yourself. It just, I'm not a judgmental person either, but to harm women and take something so sacred from a woman, it just hits different for me.
Well, yeah, I really understand that. So a lot of people are also saying that if R. Kelly wasn't locked up, he would have been on that stage as well. Do you think that he would have been?
No,
You don't think so?
his situation too deep. He got documentaries, he got facts. I mean, the doctors just put out his STD history or whatever the case may be, but his situation too deep. I don't think he
would have been on stage. I don't know. Knowing Kanye, he would have definitely brought him out. And I don't think Marilyn Manson is on the album, but I know he has write credit. So I actually think that R. Kelly would have been on the album. Like,
I think he probably would have been. Don't get me wrong. R. Kelly to me is a musical genius.
Yeah,
I love that man music. You know what I mean? But whatever his personal life is his business. But musically, I feel like he would have been on the album.
Definitely. He definitely would have. But thank you so much for joining us for this segment of The Last Word. We appreciate you being here.
For sure, man. Y'all stay blessed, man.
Yeah.
Bye, Jane. Thanks for coming.
All love.
All right. Let's bring Boss Man back in. We gon', say our last little goodbyes, announcements for the evening. Again, for those of you who may have tuned in late or during the segment, that was The Last Word segment. So every time we have a hip hop news, we're going to put something out to give you an opportunity to join these lives with us. Speak your mind, speak your piece. I appreciated Jane for staying true to how she felt. Like, it's just some things you don't come back from. And I know the whole theory about Kanye trying to be Christ-like has been circulating, and that's why he had the sinners on stage with him. But I'm gonna just leave it at but, because I will start a whole nother segment up. So let's wrap it up. Cody, what you got to tell the people, man? Are you on mute, Cody Mack? Let's unmute you. Oh, you have to unmute. You did it yourself.
I want to tell people, thank you for coming out. I definitely enjoyed that last segment, The Last Word. Definitely love the dialogue between Corley and the young lady, so that was dope. Thank you people for tuning in with us for this 50 plus minutes. Want to give a shout out to my grandma Loretta Jordan. If she's watching today, it's her birthday, so shout out grandma.
Happy birthday, grandma.
And I just want to shout out to everybody that's watching. Thank y'all for tuning in with us again. I did have a few announcements. I didn't know if Cindy you was gonna do them or I was gonna do them.
No, if you talk, I got you. Say what you got to say, Cody Mack.
What's the word? We're looking for interns. So if you guys are interested in being an intern, look, that's why Cindy is so dope. I gotta pay her more.
Really, he does. Y'all heard it.
We're looking for interns. Interns needed. You can be during these conversations. You can help set up interviews. You can help write. You can just help be a part of the culture and groom to be one day one of our on-air personalities. But it all starts here as an intern. As you can see, Corley J is a prime example. of how you start as an intern and work your way up into being one of Chicago's bright young stars. Also, Mondays, new music Mondays. Artists, if you're watching, I'm not saying I'm tired of y'all because PR told me to be more. I don't know the word. I just can't be an asshole. Okay. So I'm not going to be an asshole to y'all today, but don't flood the DMs. If your manager or your PR rep is not connected with us directly, you can just submit your music to New Music Mondays for free. The team will go through it. If we like what we hear, if we like a video, we will either do a review on it or we will post it on the site, and you might see it on our social media page.
Perfect. So everything you talked about here tonight, you will be able to find on our website, what'stheword.tv. Find us on social media, follow us. Like, everybody is linked to the page. We're all here, all around. Thank you to all the team members that contributed tonight. Again, thank you to our special guest for coming on for the last word. Prayers for New Orleans still. We're thankful that the storm was downgraded, but I'm sure there's still a lot of people misplaced that need our prayers and our support. Go to Grow the Game, go to the WNBA game, support the Chicago Sky, support Sabria Whitaker and her initiative. Stay blessed, y'all. Please stay safe. Wear your masks. You know, if you got to get vaccinated, then get vaccinated. We'll be okay. You won't turn into a zombie. I promise.
What's the word? Cozy. Soon.
Y'all good. See you, Corley. Great job, y'all. Adios, everyone watching. We appreciate it.
Hey. What's up? What's the word?